How much does it cost to 3D print a helmet like this Deadpool, this Spawn, or this Doctor Doom, or even this Oni mask? Well, let's take a look. So all we're going to talk about is actually how much it costs to make the helmet or the mask. We're not going to talk about the machine or anything like that because I believe that's an initial investment kind of thing. And we're talking about just how much it costs for one actual helmet. So in this video, I'll talk about it and I'll even show you some examples. So the first factor that determines cost for one of these helmets is obviously how big your head is. If your head is ginormous, then it's going to take up a lot more material and it's going to use up a much bigger. The second factor is the type of helmet. This helmet is going to use a lot less material than this helmet. So this one's going to be a lot cheaper to make. And this one is going to be even cheaper to make because it uses the least amount of material, but it's just as cool. Now the last part is material. Now, there's two types of material that I use personally when I 3D print helmets. One is PLA, one is TPU. Now for the most part, a lot of my helmets are made with PLA. It's cheap, it's durable, can't go out in the sun, but it makes for a great display. Now some things I use TPU for. Now TPU is a material that's a lot more elastic and a lot more flexible. I use those for things like this that are more organic, makes it easier to put on. Now, TPU is a lot more expensive and also it prints hotter and slower, which means you use more energy for the TPU. Alright, so now let's go to the slicer. I'm going to give you guys some examples. This Magneto helmet costs about $8 to print. Now, one thing I did forget to calculate is the amount of supports you're going to need. So if you add supports to this thing, you're going to add probably another $1.50 in supports, maybe $1. So with supports and everything and energy, this thing's going to cost about a little over $10 to make. Now that's being calculated at $20 per roll of PLA. Also, I guess I was wrong. It's only 20 bucks for a roll of TPU. But if you want the good brands, you're going to have to pay up. This Spawn helmet is going to cost about $8.71 in just material, but it's going to take a day and a half in print time. Reason for that is because TPU has to print hot and slow. So add $1 for supports, add about $2.50, maybe $3 in energy costs. It's going to cost about $12.71 to print that Spawn helmet. And lastly, this Mempo mask only costs $2.39 to make. Plus, it's only done in 8 hours. So with supports, you add another 50 cents in supports, plus another 50 cents in electricity, you're looking at about $3-4 to make this Mempo mask. So that's how much it costs to make one of these. That's really just raw material and energy, and that's it. That's not including the printer, your time, your materials, anything like that. That's just plastic. That's it, and energy.